What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of JDM for All. If you haven't already, please do not forget to like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Now, today's video is going to be about my Lexus IS. This is my 2016 Lexus IS F Sport. It is a 200t 4-cylinder turbo, and I really like this car. I'm actually going to be talking about all of the things that I like about it, and I will also talk about some of the things I don't like about it. That list is actually really short, but we will talk about that as well. Basically, this is just going to be a 1.5-year ownership review and talking about my Lexus IS. This is my 2016 Lexus IS F Sport. It has many mods, and all of those mods were installed on this channel. You can go to my Lexus IS playlist and see all of the mods that were installed. I have many mods on this Lexus. I will talk about a few of them as well. I have a lot of carbon fiber mods, and basically this car has been great to me. In the 1.5 years that I have owned it, I've put on about 4,000 miles, and I do plan to put on a lot more miles on this car. I bought it from Lexus, and it was Lexus L certified, which means it does have a warranty after the manufacturer's original warranty is up. Now, I believe the color of this Lexus is ultra white. It has like a bunch of different colors in the paint. It looks really metallic, and if you look really close, you can see that there are different colors in the paint, but basically it looks almost like a pearl white. Looks really good. I actually really like this color. It's a really easy color to take care of the car. You can't tell when it's dusty or dirty, and sometimes when I wash it, I'm really surprised because a lot of dirt will come off of it and it doesn't even look dirty most of the time. Okay, so let's go over the positives of this car and what I've noticed, what I like about it so far after owning it for a 1.5 years. This car is good on gas, considering it is not a very small car. It isn't the biggest car, but it is definitely not a huge car. This car is pretty small compared to some of the other cars on the market right now. It's not a little hatchback or a little Honda Civic, and considering that, it is pretty good on gas. I am happy with the fuel mileage. My dash actually says that I'm getting around 20 miles a gallon, so that's not bad at all. And with the gas prices right now, I am happy that it doesn't use that much gas, but obviously it could be better. And this car does have a short ram in-gen intake, so it could be better on gas, but it's not bad considering that it's not the smallest car and it does have an intake. But I don't drive it too aggressively all the time, and I'm still, the dash says I'm still getting around 20 miles per gallon, so that is definitely a positive with this car. And another positive are the looks. This car looks so aggressive, so good. That is one of the things that made me want to buy this car from the get-go. Basically, for a couple years, I was looking at this car and looking into buying one, and that is because this car just looks so aggressive. It looks so good, and these cars in their stock form do look amazing, and that's why I knew if I just bought one and even slightly modded it, I would be very happy with how it looked. And as you can see, I do have a carbon fiber, Sabon carbon fiber hood. This is the OEM style hood, and I also have a splitter. So this car looks amazing, and I actually really like how these stock rims look as well. Yeah, Lexus really did a great job with these Lexus ISs. I definitely think that they really put a lot of work into these, a lot of effort, and a lot of time in designing them. And another thing that I love about my Lexus IS is the interior. If you have ever seen the interior of these, they actually look so clean and aggressive. They really look good, and as you can see, I do have the red seats, and they look so good. Like, these seats are so comfortable, but still sporty. They have really good bolstering on the sides. They really hold you in place. So that is another thing that I really like about this car, is the interior. The red door panels look amazing. They seem to be really good quality. I really like the stitching, and it just looks really good. And not only is it sporty, but it does look like a premium setup. So I would have to say the looks of this car were the big selling points to make me check out this car and actually go to a dealership. So my IS isn't the fastest car, but I do like that it is somewhat quick with the intake, and it being a 4-cylinder turbo. It's not super fast, but it's fast enough for me, and it is pretty quick. Okay, so I've talked about a bunch of positives and things that I love about my Lexus, but there is one negative that really bothers me. It is definitely not a deal breaker, but it is something that you should know about if you are looking into purchasing this car. So the actual in-dash in here is not the best. The navigation is pretty good. It will get you by, and it does have voice commands as well. They're not the best. Sometimes you do have to use a few voice commands before you get it right. So I would say the biggest negative about this car would have to be the in-dash. The navigation works pretty well. Some of the things are a little complicated, like setting the radio and using the radio, and it is a pretty quick system, but it isn't the best setup. And I would say that that is definitely not a deal breaker, not a big deal, and not something that would stop me from buying this car. I still love it. It is amazing. It has been super reliable for me, and it looks so cool. This car just looks so aggressive, and I really couldn't recommend this car enough. So after owning this car for 1.5 years, I can say that I love it and I think it's amazing. I don't have any negatives other than the in-dash, and that's not really a big deal. So another thing that I forgot to mention in this video is that this car does have an amazing sound system. It does sound great. I don't even have the Mark Levinson sound system, and it sounds really good. It's one of the best stereos I've heard stock in a car, and this car does handle very well. It handles great on the twisty roads in mountains, and basically it's just a fun car to drive.